Hello, I'm Jagdabesh Shanmuka from Sri Venkateswara College in Hyderabad. Let's take a look on introduction to Django. When it comes to Django, it's mostly about Python. Now let's understand why only Python. It's written in C language which has high performance, the ability to link C libraries for extensions, which helps in higher performance and interpreted script language compiled in flying into bytes. Easier to read coding standards and white space sensitive. It's also object oriented. Django, the framework for perfectionists with deadlines and these flexible template languages that can be used to generate HTML, CSV, email, or to any other format. It includes ORM that supports any other databases and PostgreSQL and MySQL, Oracle, and SQL. Logs are extra included Mobile CSRF detections, sessions, caching, and authentication, which results in better performance. Its concepts and best practices. It has DRI principle, don't repeat yourself, and fact modules and templates. Keep logic in templates to a minimum. Use small reusable apps, app equal Python module with modules, use templates and tests. This is an example of a mini project here. It has the admin.py, which is an executable to run the whole file, and project is in root program, the manage.py, and the directory is responsible to render it. And we have the in.py, settings.py, etc., which link each other to give us the required output. Settings.py. It defines the setting used by Django application, referenced by wsgi.py to bootstrap the project loading. Techniques for managing devs versus product settings. Create settings in dev.py and settings in dev.py and use SPM link to link the settings.py to the correct settings. Factor out common settings into the base settings and import. Use conditional to load correct settings based on debug or the other settings. This is a sample setting where debug equal to and template.debug equal to allow this, etc. So this basically these are the sample settings which help in connecting each other, establishing proper links so that the whole website is resulted as a proper working visible. The apps they are they are usable modules which can be called anywhere just like functions. Django, this is an admin.py starter and this helps in starting a specific application. And this creates a layout where all admin py and models.py like templates and tests are compiled together and called automatically. Modules. It is defined in modules.py, typically inherit from django.db modules. Here we can have a look on the example module. From Django database import module, we are basically importing this particular file and then crash test module. And then we are including the models. And then we are giving the name and the age and for the respective ones. For the model. Default is to set to not null in all fields, override by adding a null equal to 2 in the field condition. Name equal to models. Cat field, max length equal to 20. We are mentioning that max length of the thing is 20 and where null equal to 2. Relations are defined through a special field types. Models dot one to one field model. Models to foreign key and models to many to many field. And it needs nulls in Boolean field. Use models.null Boolean field. Like some of the application, when we have a particular thing, For example, we can have specific input formats in a website in our and we can use this function to use it. And we also can have a default value where it's already set there. We have the syntax also. Use inner meta class to define additional options, especially useful for abstract classes. And these are the class test mode, modules the model, and class meta abstract equity. The model methods. We have safe, delete, and absolute URLs. And we use different Python versions to compare it also. We can also override the following. Activating the model. Add the app to install apps in settings.py. Run manage.py, and the most important part is validating it. And then run manage.py, and then we come to another part called migrations. Right? Custom ship manually handle migrations. Use up. Selecting objects. Models include a default manager called objects. Manager methods allow selecting or some instances. And question.objects all and question.objects.get. We can select all or a specific one to get. Use try block throws do not exist exception if no match. The following is not matched, we can have exceptions. Like question object filter, we can actually filter the objects where it is created from a specific date. This is an example. And then finally it returns the query story. Introspecting legacy models. Manage.py instead. Cut and paste generated code into the models.py. It's as easy. Here we have the full sample. From date time, import date time, and then we use this to import date and time. And then timestamp modules, we use these to create a timestamp module. And then this is an example sample where we have multiple functions, multiple syntaxes for the same. What's the difference between function and class based? Django allows two styles of use. Functions are class based. Function where we take a request object as the first parameter and must return as a responsible object. Class-based view allows CRUD operations with minimal code and can inherit from multiple generic view classes. This is a sample giving a list of questions. Function-based. From models interpretation, we have another syntax where the render to response. If a response is created, we can actually have another response render to it. We have a list and then request embedded into it where uh, the questioning helps in storing the objects and then renderer to response. Quick CRUD operation with generate. It's a list view, it's updated view, and the create view. If a model is specified, automatically it creates a matching model file. Form will save the model if data passes a validation. Override form that is used to provide custom logic. We can use a default logic given by the system, or we can actually give an alternate or custom logic. Uh, this is a sample for the sake. We are importing question, and then we are having the history option, and then where we give the appropriate connections for the same. So the final one, concludes. This is a very simple syntax where the variables are defined and attained here, and we have the tags here. And then flexibly, it can be used to render HTML, text, CSV, email, and you name the file format, it can get it. Dot notation. Template engine attempts to resolve by looking matching attributes, hashes, and methods. So by this, we come to an end of the presentation. Thanks for watching.